It'll be there when it's time. What?
I ain't never even thought of. I didn't even know that was words that you can put together. It'll be there, and that's. Yo, I either have it or I don't. Like if I don't, I don't. Everybody, welcome back to another episode of the According to Wes podcast. As always, we got DeLaw here.
You have DeLaw. We almost didn't lose. We didn't lose by a lot of points yesterday.
Oh my gosh, man! Y'all still losing?
Yeah, still losing. We lost by 4 or 5 yesterday.
You got me, Wes. When you win, when you guys finally win, you gotta come on energetic. You gotta do a whole WWE announcement.
We won by forfeit against.
When y'all officially win a game due to skill.
Well, you know, I also have Mrs. Smith with an F here.
Okay.
2
F's. But yeah,
oh, she just waved and like, hey, what up, nigga?
So the fight, right? So I forgot what I was gonna ask you. You said he was pretty much getting outboxed. He was the aggressor.
Mm-hmm.
Roach was the aggressor.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was about to ask about Davis. Dang, I lost my train of thought when you said y'all lost again.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask. So I don't have cable TV. Is there a way to watch pay-per-view without cable TV? Like the Showtime app or something like that?
It was on Amazon Prime.
Oh, it was on Prime.
But you had to pay $80 for it, regardless of the subscription level.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't know if that's fine. Hey, yo, remember back in the day, 50, when you were younger, like you would hear your uncles or whoever say $50?
$50.
And that was too much. 80 is crazy.
Yeah, 80 is crazy. And I already pay you $15 to $25 depending on my account. And you want me to pay you 80 for the fight?
Listen,
like, I'm
piggybacking off my sister. We piggybacking off my sister-in-law, and it might be one of those things I might just say, yo, tell my wife toss her to whatever the next time this shit on Prime, and it's like, yo.
I would, well, if I had the money, but if you have Amazon Prime, whatever your membership you pay for that month, we'll take that off of what you for the fight.
Oh, it does it that way?
No, it doesn't.
Oh my gosh! But you know how many people would sign up if that was the case?
Because then I would have been like, all right, who want to come over? Just throw me $10. All I need is about 5-6 niggas over here.
Listen, it'd be the episode of
just paid for. Boom, we Gucci. We could have watched it.
It'd be the episode of Martin all over again, where he couldn't even see the damn fight. Bro, man, got his feet on his kitchen counter and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Respect my house. Yeah, man. I'm a connoisseur. I'm a casual watcher at best. Same thing with the UFC, casual watcher at best. Not that I'm not interested in any of that stuff. I never know when the fights go on unless somebody say, "Yo, come to the house. I'm gonna have food." You know, I make my way over there.
Yeah.
Or if I ain't doing nothing, most of the time I'm just like, yo, I'm tired. I don't even want to. You know what I mean? But like, what's on the fight? The fights come on like late at night. I was in bed by 10.
The main event don't come on till almost
like 12. Yeah. So I was in bed by 10 only because I was up early as fuck Friday morning. So my shit thrown all the way off.
See, I didn't mind a Shakur Stevens fight last week, and because it was in Saudi Arabia, so it came on at 1. So Shakur Stevens fought at like 3:30.
Didn't even know.
Oh.
See what I'm saying? How was that? That was good. Because he lost the Tank.
Right? Nah, he hasn't fought Tank yet.
I thought they fought. Who did? Oh, you know who I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of what was the last Tank fight? I'm thinking of
Oh, when he fought Ghost.
Nah, I'm thinking about Ryan.
Oh, Garcia.
Garcia, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, honestly, you know what's funny about that fight? Because Baltimore, like, oh yeah, no, he was just sizing him up. I said, nah, Garcia was outboxing.
He was working on, and that one I seen a lot of just by clips and stuff like that, and it looked like he was getting work.
Oh no, he was getting work, but I mean, once he had sort of figured him out, and he started stalking him around the ring and putting him on the ropes, He started giving him them body shots to the liver. That's what really took Garcia down. It wasn't that he outboxed Garcia. He hit him with that shot. You get hit in the liver one too many times.
I don't want to experience that, man.
That shit goes to your knees.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want
to. You can't breathe.
It hasn't happened. I don't want it to happen, but I've heard the horror stories.
Oh, that don't feel. It don't feel right. Once you get hit in your liver, you don't feel right. Like you can't. It it burns. It burns.
Yeah, I don't want to witness that.
And then you want to get, and it's a delayed signal too. Because it's like you get hit and you're like, oh, all right, that wasn't that bad. But then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, oh, damn. Like it's like a almost like a 5 to 10 second delay before your brain realizes you were hitting your liver. Like it is a tough thing to get hit in. So
worse than a dick.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Nah, I mean,
I got hit in the dick a couple times.
Because that one goes straight to your stomach.
Nah.
But
yo, I got hit so bad, eyes water. These buckle eyes water. I was like, oh no. Oh man. Jeez Louise. About to cry just thinking about that shit. But yeah, man. Yeah, I'm not paying $80.
Yeah, no, I wasn't either. Like, it would have to be Tyson in his prime going up against.
So $80. So you spend $80 in what a round, and this was like, yeah, it's kind of like how the Ronda.
Kind of like how Uncles did it. Uncles did the same thing.
They did the same thing, and they was fools for it.
Yeah, but you know what? It was a must see of Tyson. You had to see Tyson because you wanted him to knock somebody out.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, he gonna knock this dude out in the second round. And he come out there, he get out there at 11 o'clock, he done at 11:05.
already getting the lines of cocaine ready for him in the limo. Like had my rails pre-made because once I'm done, I'm done.
Once I'm done, I'm done. He get out there, pow. Oh, and he's down here. That is over. And look, he looked like, all right, well, hey, give me my 15 mil. All right, do my interview. Let me get back, shower, take these gloves off me. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. Shout out to Mike. I'm still mad I didn't get to see that his one man show. Yeah, when they came to the
the MGM.
Yeah, I think right before then, or I think COVID had stopped it or something like that, and that was it.
I thought it was after COVID.
Was it after COVID?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I know I wanted to see it, and I didn't get to go see it. Only, I talked about this before. The only time I've been in that, and it's a good theater, was to see Marlon Wayans.
Was he funny?
He was all right. I mean, it was just kind of like, like date night type thing, something to do with my wife and shit.
Right.
So, and I wanted to check out the theater. Like the whole setup is nice. The sound system is nice. The little bar area is nice. I would like to go see and do things. I just gotta check their schedule, their spring and summer schedule and shit. But yeah, it's a nice little date night thing.
I think the trip, you're right by there, so it's a little closer to you.
Yeah.
I gotta plan that out.
Yeah, I would say, let's just say if you and wifey was to plan that out, stay in VA. Don't stay down here. Stay in VA.
Oh yeah. Well,
y'all can go right across. You can take it right across the bridge. Well, y'all can go right across the bridge, and
there's a window.
There's some reasonable price restaurants there. Go to do the event at the, at the casino proper. That's how I would do it. We can just go home. You know what I mean?
There's a window over there in MGM.
Oh yeah. Y'all should be good. Yeah, it's a good little situation. In the summer they do I think in White Thing they do a wine festival. They do a bunch of stuff. Like if y'all plan that out correctly, since y'all got the timeshare, It's a good little, good little 2-day thing.
That makes sense.
Good little 2-day thing. I remember one time I stayed at the this girl I was messing with at the time, like her uncle, somebody had a timeshare, so we was in that thing. I think they got like a penthouse one up. We weren't in the penthouse, but we was on one of the things we could see the fireworks from the Wyndham, like over the water and stuff like that.
Right.
And that was pretty cool. The hotel party.
Yeah. Because I wouldn't mind doing like a weekend stay down at MGM in the Wyndham and just going down there. We're right there by Virginia, so we can go right across the bridge.
Yep.
Go to Virginia.
I say
we ain't far from home.
Whenever y'all do it, do the boat taxi because that's gonna be nice. Do that.
Did you do the fancy?
Y'all a little event at the casino. Not just to kind of go between VA and Old Town. Arlington, Old Town Alexandria, like that area right there. There's a I forget the name of the restaurant, but it's a nice restaurant over there. As soon as you get off the boat, nice little place to walk around and shit like that. Yeah, do all that stuff. You gonna come out? You gonna spend some bread on extracurriculars? You gonna spend some bread, but it's gonna be a nice little situation.
Shit, I don't think there's a Wyndham in DC, but we have access to a hotel down there that we want to really just stay for like. Let's say we just was like, you know what? Let's just stay in DC for a week for like $400. Some nice ones down there.
Yeah.
But I would do that for like, if we decide to do like the Margarita March or something.
What is that?
You know, the thing where the last Saturday and Sunday in April, you go to like 8 different places. You get one free margarita. You got to walk it. But pay like maybe $40. I think the most I've ever paid was like
in DC.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard of that.
The first year I went, it was like their second or third year doing it. So we were on U Street. So I went to me and my boy went to all the ones on U Street in that area. We didn't go down to DuPont. The next year we went, we took more people with us. I think there was 2 on U Street and the rest were on DuPont. And the third and last time we went, everything was in DuPont.
Listen, the way things going in DC, I don't know.
Yeah, man.
I know. It sounds like I say that every year, or this year has just been the worst. The way things going in DC.
I mean, President Musk, you know what I'm saying? He out here trying to rip things to shreds.
Nah, I ain't talking about that. I'm just talking about crime. crime. But, I don't know. Some of that stuff, to be honest, like, you hear you hear the crime, right? But I grew up in DC in the 90s. So it's kind of like, is this any different from what I seen as a kid or what I'm hearing as a kid? I'm like, I don't know.
Because I lived in DC in the early 90s. And depending on where you are, you still got to sleep under your bed.
God, I ain't, listen. I don't know if I had.
You still going to hear the pop, pop, pop every night.
Oh, yeah, all the time.
It ain't nothing different at all. Like I told you, we lived in a Section 8 basement apartment. You know what I'm saying? If it rained, that motherfucker flooded. So imagine the laundry room is directly ahead of your apartment.
Yeah.
Water coming right towards you. You're like, damn, ain't that some shit that we're in the basement and
Listen, I only a select people from the area will know what these names mean because one of the names the place ain't called that no more. But I stayed in when I was little, stayed in Wingate, which is southwest. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't like Eastover area. It ain't even called Wingate no more. I don't know what it's called. I drove past it the other day. And then for a little bit, most of my childhood stayed in Clay Terrace. Clay Terrace is still Clay Terrace. Y'all know what that is.
That's right. Because Wingate is off of what? MLK?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then shit. And then for the Minnesota Avenue, Stone Ridge Apartments, I think it's still called Stone Ridge Apartments by Kimball Elementary, 4 DuPont Park. Stayed in that area. Close to Benning Road. Y'all know what Benning Road is, so y'all know that shit intersect. Boom, I'm right off Minnesota.
So it sounds like y'all moved from Southwest.
Yo.
Southwest to Northeast.
Yeah, that's it. That's literally what happened. And then PG County. So it's just like, yo, I done seen some things. I done been in some things.
Yeah.
You talking shit to an old man?
Nah, I ain't talking.
Do you believe in old man strength?
I believe in stressed out man strength.
Yeah, there you go. I'm glad we are on the same page because I'm like, yo, some of these old men don't look like they have that old man strength that I keep hearing about. But I think there's a lot of men out here that's be like, yo, I ain't with the bullshit. I'm just ready to use this strength on somebody. Not this strength, this stress on somebody. I'm ready to unwind and de-stress. And you gonna be the motherfucker.
Yeah, because you know what ends up happening is, whether it's kids or whatever, older, young adults, you know, whatever. A lot of times, once you get up there, up in age, like around where we are, we already have all this shit that's going on in our lives. You know, you about 20, 25, you ain't got but so much. You're like, damn, I got to find a job. I got to do this. I got this chick I'm trying to take out. You ain't got too much stress. But once you get up there in age, you like, damn, these bills, this house, this job, fuck this, fuck that, fuck these, fuck everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It'd be that one motherfucker. He just mad because you stuck on the shit. He's mad about one thing. You ain't even mad about it. You mad about all this other shit. You just hit him with the punch of 1,000 other things that's bothering you. You know what I'm saying? Wow.
And now at that point, it's like, I didn't knock you out the shoes I stepped on, little nigga.
Yeah. And then, you know, depending on how stressed out and frustrated you are, you might get on time and just start pounding them. Just like, I told you to stop fucking with me at work. They're like, wait, nigga, I don't work.
We ain't at work. We on a train. Like, I didn't listen. I was on a train and something like that happened. I'm like, yo, that everybody moved like 3 seats away from that nigga after that happened. Like, nah.
You hitting them. And I told you, go in your goddamn room and
like,
wash those damn dishes.
Whoa.
Like,
whoa.
You beat this shit out, nigga. Like, is that his kid? I thought he just said he worked with them.
Like, buddy, going through some things. Buddy, going through some things, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
listen to this. So, maybe he's going through, hypothetically speaking, this made-up man that we just talked about, dealing with his wife's $73K debt from college.
Oh,
and he like, this motherfucker want me to pay all this shit.
Oh, I feel like there's a story coming on behind this.
It is.
As the music plays, you know, like that music in the back when everyone's talking about, I gotta tell you a story, like
yeah. Oh yeah, the dream sequence.
The dream sequence. Yeah.
Yeah. So this guy, his wife like accumulated like $73,000 in debt from majoring in communication studies. So he says she's been unsuccessful in her career. She has been mostly doing customer service, like over the phone type jobs. She doesn't make a lot. She currently makes $17 an hour, and she tries to look for higher paying jobs, but is unsuccessful. She has only paid $2K of it herself. She wants me to pay her student loan debt. Her argument is that we are married, so it's my debt too. I disagree. I don't think I'm responsible for paying someone else's debt, especially before I met her. We're going crazy over this. I don't even make enough myself. I am the breadwinner, however, I make only the average amount of our state. I don't have student loan debt, but I do have other debt, like I pay for our cars and our credit cards, and we split some of the bills. I just don't know where to meet her in the middle on this. I just really don't want to pay her student loans. She should have just picked a better major. Her degree is just so useless, especially where we live. and she doesn't even want to do anything communication or media related. She originally wanted to do marketing, but got bored of it, and she was just really bad at it. Can she get a teaching certificate with a bachelor's degree? I know teachers that don't make that much money, but it'll likely be more than what she's making right now. How would you handle that, man?
Lord. That's a tough one.
It ain't tough to me, but I want to hear. I want to hear what you got to say.
Because this is his wife, right?
Yep, that's his wife.
It's a tough one because I'm trying to figure out how do I file these separation papers because you just noticed you're trying to get me to pay your bills next year. You better get an IDR.
Oh, man.
Income-driven thing, and you start paying that thing back for 10 years and hope they forget this shit. Shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck you mean? Like, white people for you. I mean, I'm not saying the person's white, but it sounds like some white shit.
Listen, I have no idea.
She acquired that debt. Same thing we said. How were you paying that debt before, man?
She probably wasn't. I let her go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, no.
I let that shit go to collections. Fuck your price up. Yeah.
Yeah. Can't you file? Oh, student loans, you can't file for bankruptcy and they go off, right? That's the only thing that stay on.
It's only through your only everything else.
Yeah.
They would just send it to collections. They're gonna get their debt. Fuck you mean? They're gonna get that money.
73 is wild.
Mine's about 73.
Huh?
Mine's about 73.
Fuck, man. I did mine the old hustling ass pimping way. I talked about it before. I ain't pimp no hoes, but I just worked really, really fucking hard not to have it. I worked full time and went to school full time and let the organization pay for it. But they was doing tuition reimbursement, so I had to come up with the money. So I just put the shit on a credit card and grew my credit. Yeah, I told you I grew my credit that way, and then I was flipping that shit. Then years later, boom. Nah, listen, I know a lot of people got a lot of student loan debt. My wife in particular has a lot of student loan debt. This is weird, really weird for me to hear. But I'm not paying that. I can't. It's not right. It's not fair to me. Like, when do she as an adult take accountability for, yo, this is what you did? Must be nice to feel like you can just marry into a situation and be like, well, he'll take care of her. He's the man. It's his debt too. I'm like, no, Slim. My name ain't on that. So it's not my debt. So I don't know, man.
Okay.
Listen. You either try to help her get a better paying job so she can pay this shit down a little bit. See, way out there, your options, like you were saying. But there's no way he should be paying that.
Or
he might put something towards it, but she gonna have to Here's the thing. I hate to be this guy. If I'm gonna put something towards it, there's gonna be something that you're gonna have to sacrifice that I'm already doing. If I'm already the breadwinner,
right?
Maybe you don't get your hair done as much. Maybe we downgrade your car. There's no way. I'm paying for 2 cars and the mortgage, and we split some of the bills, and they ain't splitting a lot of the bills if she's making $17 an hour. What's she really paying?
I need to get him a non-teenager.
What? Oh, dependents.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nah, but that's just more money in taking care of a kid.
And put it this way.
73? So what? You gonna get like? You ain't getting a lot back from taxes.
You know what you say to her?
Help put a dent in that.
You know what you say to her? Oh, you want me to pay part of this? That we need you to go half on every bill.
She only making 17. It don't matter. It don't matter how much.
You think I'm responsible because you said your debt is my debt. Guess what? This mortgage is your mortgage too. That HOA is your HOA too.
Listen, you know how we talked about the what do you call that shit? The damn it. You know how we said the damn it. Why am I losing my train of thought? The double standard of it all. Like, we know that there's double standards that benefit us. We know that there's double standards that benefit them. And it is what it is. You're not gonna get around that. She's not gonna go for that. She's gonna be like, you're supposed to protect and provide. You know that's gonna come out next, right?
Yeah. And then what you tell her is, you cook, clean, fuck, and shut up.
She probably, let's just say hypothetically, she does.
How about it?
Okay, so let's just say hypothetically she does.
An hour. She out there stressed out talking about I'm tired from work.
So let's just probably so. Let's just say hypothetically she does. What more could she do that DeLaw would be like, all right, you know what? I'll contribute to help pay this. What could she do for you to sweeten the pot for you?
Listen to what I'm telling her. And
what is she already doing that?
Another job. Find a second job. Go Uber Eat, do something.
But she already taking care of the house.
That's if she take care of the house.
Nah, I might have made that up. She's not taking care of the house because she got a car. She got a job making $17 an hour, so she's working. So you advise her to find a second job.
Mm-hmm. Or you use Chat GPT and make your resume sound better and get a better paying job. It's too much technology out here at this point for I'm only making 17, I can't find another job. Well, what's your resume look like? If it says was cashier, morning shift, help customers in need, yes, you deserve $17 an hour.
She was in marketing at one point in time. She found it boring, so she did. That's why she don't do it.
And you know what? You know what's boring about marketing? You don't make no money. That's the only time it's boring. Because I don't know nobody in marketing that's bored with marketing because they all make $100,000 to $1 million a year.
I'm gonna tell you like this: I know what marketing does, but I don't know what marketing does. For you to be like, oh, I wanted to do marketing, but
well, marketing is about as broad as logistics. So there's different parts of marketing. So you have your commercial marketing with the way you make advertising and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You have marketing that you call people, go to their doors, so that's considered marketing. Then you have the people who come up with the marketing plans and, ideas, stuff like that. That's all considered marketing because it has to go through a stage of everything.
Yeah.
So marketing is very, I'm not going to say it's as broad as logistics, but it's pretty broad depending on what you're doing. Like when I was at Mathnasium, I did marketing. Like, so I would make flyers and advertisements, come up with promotions. I would go to the schools. Like, that's all considered marketing. It doesn't necessarily give you any results until someone picks up the phone and says, hey, I want to do something. You know what I'm saying? So marketing is a commission-based job where your marketing is based on, your pay is based on how well you market it.
I don't know. Homie might be up the creek without a paddle with his woman, man.
She can go to a marketing firm.
She said it was boring. So here's the thing. It's like, yo, this is where like if I'm the breadwinner where I gotta kind of step up. It's gonna be like, look, if you want this family or whatever to have more, I need you to step up and fix the situation that you created. So that either means you deal with the boring marketing job or you get a second job. But I will not put myself in a financial situation where I'm paying your shit as well, just because you don't want to find a better job.
Right. I know me and my wife, we're at a point now where we split whatever bills we have to split that both of our names are on, not just one. If both our names are on it, we split that bill. No questions asked, no whatever. We split it. If there's something that we have individually, that's on you.
And, yeah, that's on us. Yeah.
And I told my, when we like sit down, we were in Panama, we sat down for that little timeshare presentation. The guy was like, you sure you can't squeeze out a little bit more money that you could go to these places and these other?
I was like, yo, my man, mind your fucking business.
I said, look, after I paid my portion of it, and he kind of looked at me like, you don't keep track of all the finance in the house. I said, no. I keep track of my finances and how much she just needs to send me so I can pay the bills. He says, oh, you guys got a true 50-50. Y'all split whatever bills your names are on, and then anything else after that is her money. So if she decides to burn it, she burn it.
Here's the thing.
To save it, she saved it.
Here's the thing, and this is between me and you. We don't even have a true 50-50, and I'm still checking on her shit just to make sure, like, yo, what are you really doing with your money? Because I'd be goddamned if it's one of those things like we talked before. I was like, yo, if something was ever happened to me, I want it so difficult for your next motherfucker that you don't get remarried. I want that for her. You know what I mean? I know that sounds selfish, but it's like, yo, like, no, like I need you to hold, I want to be able to hold you accountable in all things, just like I would want her to hold me accountable. So it's just one of those things where it's like, I ain't gonna never really let you slack, for real. Just because I ain't saying that don't mean I don't peep like, oh, a new purse came up in this bitch, or, you ate out 6 times this week. Like, Wesley knows.
I mean, women just have a problem with spending
money.
Like they spend that money before they get it. Like even, I'm not saying my wife does that. My wife always, my wife, she's almost like me. She gets her money, she pays her bills, and then whatever's left, she's gonna spend on what she wants to spend on.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm cool with that.
That's cool with that. I ain't got nothing to say about it.
But see, here's the thing. I also want you to pay your bills, tuck some aside. They don't do the tucking enough for me. You know what I mean?
So like my coworker, she gets a check, and she already in her head done spent the whole thing.
Listen.
He's like, oh yeah, I'm about to go to this restaurant in DC, and they said that it's probably gonna be like $30-$40 a plate for like something. Like, don't that look nice? I said, you ain't even been paid yet. I mean, like it'll be there when it's time. What?
I ain't never even thought of. I didn't even know that was words that you can put together. It'll be there, and that's yo. I either have it or I don't. Like if I don't, I don't.
But a lot of women, they spend money before they get it. Like when that check is about to hit, they've already calculated how they want to spend that money. And that's why a lot of times they can't say. Now, some don't do that. They wait to get all this stuff, and they live off of what they still have. Like my wife, she'll pay stuff. She'll live off what she has. So if all she has is $100 left to her name in 2 weeks, that's what she's living off of. She ain't like, oh, my check coming in, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy this, and this, and then worry about bills later. Because a lot of people, a lot of people that I work with, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going on a trip. I'm doing this, and so what about your bills? They'll be there.
Yeah, I can honestly say that my wife is mature in that way as well. It's just that I don't know. With me, personally speaking, it's just like, yo, if you got it a little bit, tuck it away, because you never know. Like when you have the flat tire, like you're gonna need flat tire money, you're gonna need emergency money, you're gonna need like, oh, I actually need to send my mom some money or some type of shit like that. Like, and I guess it's maybe some women don't look at it that way, but as a man, you should always look at it that way, because people are going to look at you like, well, damn, you working, you ain't got $30 to spare or $50 to spare or $100 to spare, you just spend all your money. I look at I ain't gonna say who it is, but I look at certain family members that way, like, yo, you should not be asking me for money. I'm your nephew. Like, what's going? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? Like, come on, man. And it'd be some short shit too, some shit that I think is short. So it's kind of like everything that I've seen as a youngster or a teenager or a young 20-year-old something that I've seen, I was like, God damn, that sounds crazy. I don't want to be like my nephew looking at me like, God damn, that look crazy. So I'm just not gonna move that way.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try not to move that way. like we were saying earlier, that's why it makes sense for me to fucking stay in this house and not try to get a $4,000 mortgage right now, because it's kind of like, one, I went grocery shopping yesterday. I know I'm all over the place, but I went to like 3 different grocery stores just because I was trying to like minimize the get the stuff that we eat at this house and kind of minimize the output of money. I went to Lidl's, I went to Safeway, I went to Target. Target, no groceries. Lidl's, Safeway, and Costco.
Did you end up getting eggs?
I did, but only because Costco had an 18 for $6.99, $6.49. So I was like, the going rate I've seen for some organic shit, and when you get organic shit like that, was like 8+. I was like, fuck that. So if this the going rate, this what everybody paying, I'm just not eating as much eggs a day. Because remember, I was saying I was doing the egg whites. I'd do like 5. I'm not throwing them bitches away. It's 2 eggs every time I do eggs. I'm not doing 5 egg whites and throwing away the yolks no more. Like,
I'm about to say, you just burning money.
Not no more. Not no more. Come on, don't put me out there like that. I'm a fiscally responsible egg user, and I will be that way until them bitches hit under $2. Hopefully, sometime soon. But I spent $70 at Lidl's. Safeway, I spent fucking $50, and then I spent $60 at fucking Costco. I feel like Safeway was a lot more money. Yeah, no, Safeway was $50. Costco was like $60, $70. And then my dumb ass, I went to Target to pick up 3 things, and left out with $90, and had to pay $90. This is all in one day, yesterday. And guess what I picked up at Target that netted me put me at $90. And I was like, what the fuck did I buy? Like literally at the register, and this white lady looked at me. I was like, oh shit. That's what I bought. I bought 3 things. You brought $90. 3 things.
Did you buy a ham or a turkey?
No, I ain't buying no food.
A steam cleaner?
Huh?
A steam cleaner?
Nah. 3 things? A steam cleaner is gonna be $90 itself.
Shit.
I get all of guessing. I bought
what you brought $30 a piece.
I bought some probiotics.
Yeah. Okay.
That was kind of like close to 20. Yeah. I bought some wrenches because I didn't have any wrenches. I lost all my wrenches for some reason because I knew I was getting up under the car that day because it was nice and warm. And I bought some pants. $90 fucking. I'm like, God damn, man.
You better than me because I wouldn't have. Can you put these pants back? I got some at home.
That's what I was going to do, but they was already in the bag. It was already in the bag. I'm like, God damn.
I need these pants.
The pants was $40, man. I'm like, these ain't even Levi's. I just needed some pants, like some regular ass pants for work and shit. I'm just like, oh, okay. I was like, nah. I was like, Wesley's about to limit all his fucking spirited shopping and shit. This wasn't even spirited shopping. Probiotics for the stomach. I needed a wrench. Yo, shout out to Toyota and their engineering, man, because I was up under the Lexus that I got. It took me a while to get this sensor off just because there's so many things in front of certain things. And I'm up there underneath that motherfucker doing micro turns, just trying to get this one bolt off. And I'm just like, fuck. And I still ain't fix it. I'm just like, man, so that sensor is not the problem. So I got to figure out something else. But yeah, doing all this shit just to kind of be proactive, I probably spent like, what I say, 90, 70, 90, 70, 50. Let's count this shit up. I feel like it was like $300. I was sad.
I'm sad for you.
50.
$90 for 3 things?
Yeah, it's like $270. I spent $270 in a day, and I'm just like, I'm not fucking used to that shit. But when I was going out to eat, everything that I would try to get was like $20. I went to BurgerFi, and I ain't even get a drink. A burger, fries, $20.
Starting to sound like what do you call it? Five Guy prices.
Five Guys, yeah, it is Five Guys prices, and I was just like, because I'm so used to like Not that I got it like that. You know, you're so used to like, I want this, so I'm gonna eat it. You know what I mean? I ain't really looking at the price. Now I'm having to second guess and look at pricing, and I'll be damned if I go back to McDonald's for some quick shit. And that was one of the reasons.
$10 and damn so.
Listen, no, I just don't like McDonald's like that.
We ain't even got the old school McDonald's prices anymore.
I'm just like, yo,
Mac meal for $4.19. Like,
yeah,
that's just.
Y'all was talking about my wife the other day. I was like, yo, you remember when the Big Macs used to be actually big?
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking shrunk.
Well, at least maybe big to us. I don't know.
Nah, they was big, man. Pause. They was big. But nah, man, I'm just going back to the point where it's just like, yo, I'm just eating out is just too. It's not even restaurant quality shit. It's just like the quick shit is just too expensive. I can't, in good faith, I can't do that when I got food in the house. You know, you got McDonald's in the house. I got McDonald's in the house. I'm not doing that shit.
You know what I end up doing? Like before I even think about going to McDonald's, I'll be like, all right, so what carryout can I get even more food for the
I'm not going to the carryout, man.
Not the carryout, but like a not carryout, but carryout.
I'm not doing it. I ain't doing it.
Like I'd be like we'll go around the corner to the tree, and I'll be like, all right, well, yeah, we can eat this. Get what? Get a lamb bowl for $10. My wife get a salad, some fries. We might have spent $20 total. But I can eat half of that, take the other half for lunch. I can't do that with McDonald's. That shit already kills you every time you take a bite out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. And this might be another thing too, which is like a blessing in disguise. It's definitely you definitely want to have some portion control. Like, do I need to eat all this right now? Yeah. No. So I don't know. I say all that to say I'm not helping pay for $73K in student loan debt. I'm just not. Now, if I had the money, like, yeah. It like when I say I had the money, I had to be well into the six figures for me to be like, sure. And when I say well in, I don't mean the scraping the beginning of six figures of $100K plus. I mean, I'm pulling in $300K a year,
right,
or $400K a year. Then yeah, what you know, what is it to me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And besides, if I'm doing that, she should already be staying home. You're 17 an hour ain't helping shit the way we living over here. You know what I mean? So.
Did you see the Breakfast Club interview with who was that chick's name? What's that lady's name? Ebony Williams.
So you talking about the old one about the bus driver shit?
No, about the she did an interview. She said something, and she came to defend herself on that.
About the mediocrity. Yeah, there's the bus driver shit. The mediocrity of black people and this and that.
Right.
Yeah. So, no, I didn't see it, but I heard about it.
I was watching like the clip or whatever, and in my opinion. And I read the comments. The comments were like, "Oh yeah, you got to speak the truth, mediocrity, blah blah blah, and average." In my opinion, I looked at that thing and I was like, "You made a comment about somebody making a living being mediocre, being mediocre because he's black." From what I gathered from it.
Hold on. I don't understand what you're saying.
So she doubled back and doubled down on that,
Yeah, I got that part. I heard that she did that.
But the way she tried to explain it was using Webster.
Yeah, I saw that. I heard that part.
Because she was like, "Well,"
I think we might have seen the same clip.
Yeah. So
what does mediocrity mean, and what does this mean? This, and that.
Yeah.
I think with the majority of people's the first initial shock value, not shock value, but the first initial shock was like, "Yo, you're making it seem like that the people that have these type of jobs or the men that have these type of jobs
are mediocre.
Or aren't worth being with and stuff like that." Yeah. And that's how a lot of people took it. And you got to remember, she's also an attorney, so she's gonna have she knows her way around the words. And when I seen that clip, because I think we seen the same clip. When I seen that clip, I was like, "Well, damn, I don't think she's wrong." However, you know how sometimes like, yo, she was saying like the message needs to be this way and it needs to hurt in order for you to understand. I'm like, nah, not really, because it's a way that I'm pretty sure it's a way that the way that people felt was like you were talking down to them. And that's probably what happened. That's probably how most people felt. I didn't feel no type of way just because it's like, yo, that's her opinion. Is she gonna live her life based off of her what she wants out of life and who she wants as a partner and this and that. Like if it works for her, it works for her, but it doesn't work for the majority. So
the way I looked at it was she came up there to defend it, but she came in with a different statement than what she originally said.
Is that the same thing when she was like, I'm not going to date the bus driver. I'm going to date the person that owns the bus or some shit like that. Was that from that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So her meaning changed because then she started going into average just means what everyone does. And mediocre means it's just a little, I forgot what she said the definition was, but it sounds like a little less than average.
Yeah.
So she was saying she wants somebody who's exceptional. And DJ Envy was like, well, my parents worked 2 jobs apiece, put me through college. I feel that they're exceptional. Now, maybe his was more feeling based and hers was more, I'm going off the dictionary, but how I took it was, and just using what she said, not trying to make up some shit, I took it as if your definition of average is what everybody does, that makes you just as average. Because guess what? People get up, they go to work. There's attorneys. You're doing the same thing that somebody else is doing to do this to get the same thing, which makes you average. Doesn't make you exceptional. Doesn't make you extraordinary. It makes you average. And if you so happen to be a lazy attorney, you pretty much just said then you're just mediocre, but you're still doing the same bare minimum that the average person do. Pretty much the way I viewed her average was the bare, doing what everybody else is doing. If I go to work like my boss and everybody else, then nigga, we all average. So her argument deflated when she went to the definition. If that makes sense to me. If that makes sense.
No, it makes perfect sense.
When she said exceptional, okay, so when she started speaking of herself as exceptional, I'm an attorney, I have a book, I do this. Well, guess what? I work a job, I have a business. Guess what? There's a bunch of people who have jobs, have businesses that they make money, do whatever else. That still makes you average. It doesn't make you exceptional. Then she went into how she felt, she was exceptional, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So when she said what she said, it wasn't definition based that she wouldn't date the bus driver. That was opinion and how she felt based. And then when DJ Envy started coming at it, then she got the definition and said that's what she was saying. She even though she doubled down on it, she backed down from it and tried to correct herself at the same time.
Right. See, just that, like what you were saying, and like I didn't see all of the. I kind of just like when that clip came about, I kind of looked at it a little bit and just I'm scrolling and shit. I'm on the toilet, but like just from what you're saying alone, this is why I think conversations like that don't need to be clip based or like what she said, her saying what she said, right? Like, I don't know how long the clip was. It wasn't, some things need to only be a discussion. When I say discussion, not a discussion between you, a discussion between multiple people. So the actual thought process could be, you know what I mean? Not even digested. The thought process can be on the table. You can work through those thoughts with other input and stuff like that. And not that you're coming to a conclusion, but everything's out there. You let the public come to the conclusion that they come to. That's why I try to stay away from talking like that and rather, by myself and just have, putting stuff out there and just rather have the discussion as a whole, because what she's saying ain't wrong. What you're saying ain't wrong. What she did I think she just did it in the wrong way.
Yeah.
And you're right. Like let's just say all the lawyers do exactly what she do. Once they get some notoriety, they come out with a book, they do this and this and that. Well, you're just doing what the average lawyer does. How do you see yourself? How do you go above the average lawyer? How do I go above the average cybersecurity specialist? How does, you know what I mean? Like, you're absolutely You're absolutely right. It's the conversation definitely should be had, but it should be a conversation. It shouldn't just be like, this is what we need to do. It's like, let's have this conversation so people can understand what their pathway is when it comes to certain things. That they're more than what what the society wants them to be at that time. That they can grow. I think to me, that's the bigger conversation that needs to continue to be had. Not one. We need to have that conversation down. We need to see our young folks, and including the adults or whatever, need to see that conversation all the fucking time.
Because it was just the way that it came, and I was just like, and then as DJ Envy was saying, he's like, he friend was trying to say, how do you even fix your mouth? And I'm pretty sure this is how you want to help. How do you even fix your mouth to tell somebody who works hard, provides for their family,
that they're average?
They do this, and this to keep a roof over their head, make sure the kids don't even know that they're in poverty or whatever. And I got the nerve to fix your mouth and say that they're average.
And that goes back to what I was saying earlier, like being in quote unquote the hood or the ghetto and shit like that. It told me a lot about like people's psychology or the psychology of people. Like sometimes, like I was saying, the experience drives the choices that they make. And sometimes the experience or the environment, I said environment, but the environment and the experience, they could only see one A or B. Right. But A, B, C, D, E, F, G actually might be available to them in that same environment. But the experience and the environment and the influences and shit, they only see A and B. So they're going to make the best choice from A and B. It gets real tricky and weird when it comes to stuff like that, basing people sound, you don't have to be mediocre or average and this and that. Some people just wanted to be able to be average. Some people, literally, I've talked to people like friends and shit like that. They just want to be a normal adult where they're like, yo, I just want to be able to pay my bills on time. Right. I don't want to be at risk of the not foreclosure, but eviction notices and stuff like that. I don't want my car to be gone in the morning. Right. So yeah, if they got to do what you quote unquote see as average in order for them to feel like they just living and being an adult and being proud of themselves, that's why I said it's a greater conversation that need to be had. You can't just, you know what I mean?
You can't just say that I'm not going to date the bus. I want to date the person.
No, you can say that. I don't care about that part. It's the average mediocrity part.
What I'm saying is that you can't come out and say that and then double back and backtrack and say a definition. If you're going to stick, because in my opinion, it didn't matter what she has said. It didn't really matter because once she said that she's not going to date the bus driver, because then that's Charlamagne and DJ Envy, or maybe he treats you good. He might be better than that person that owns.
We all know that sometimes that don't mean a lot for some people. Like, yeah, I want you to have the money and move like I move and treat me good, which she's in her right to. However, there's a fine line between looking down at the folks. I'm not saying she do this shit, but you know how like the internet is. Sometimes the internet has a.
I ain't gonna hold you. It really came off like that, and I think it was just the nature of the question of I'm not going to date the bus driver. I'm gonna date the person,
and that's why I said sometimes it's just the internet has a collective consciousness of feeling when it comes to certain things, and it's just like, yo, I can see how that could be perceived where it's just like, yo, nah, that's beneath me. Sometimes it's the tone that you use, and you can use the same words, different tone, and they'll feel you and they'll understand you. Those are good orators. Like they know how to say the same thing to get a positive response rather than a negative response. She's within her right not to dig the bus driver. Ain't nobody talking about that.
Ain't nobody talking about that. I mean, you already knew it was going to be a discussion anyway with them about the quality of the guy, blah, blah, blah. You already knew that. But that's her choice. If she chose to whatever, then ain't nobody, that was my thing. I was like, all right, well, she don't want to date the bus driver. I mean, all right, cool. He might be a good dude, but she had a thing of, I want them to make this. Okay, cool, fine, whatever. Hey, you want to date the dude that does it because he's ambitious, he can bring more value. Not that you bring more value to his life, but he can bring more value to your life to help you move the way you want to move.
Listen, as the Godfather said, he said a lot of things. However, it's one of those things where he always stressed that it's going to be more of them like that than you. No, that's not what he stressed. He stressed a lot of things. But long story short, from his teachings, RIP. The men that are like that, they don't really necessarily want their woman like that. That's just what it is. And it's one of those things you're going to find. It's less of us and more of them. That's what I meant to say. So it's going to be, you probably want to have, quote unquote, more bus drivers than more attorneys. You know what I mean? Like, she's going to be hard pressed to find that man.
If he considers her equal.
Yeah. Because sometimes they don't want what she's putting out. They don't want, not her. They don't want that. They just want their woman to be
feminine.
Yeah.
Feminine and not lead off with her.
I'm not saying that she's not feminine. I'm just I guess
she's not.
I guess what I'm trying to say is
definitely women who make that and how, everything. And just looking at it, you can tell that the only way they're going to stay in their feminine energy is if they feel that the person is of greater value than them or brings in more money, whatever.
Yeah.
Let them bring in the same or less. What you saw on that clip of her yelling and arguing DJ MB down because she wanted to get her point across, that's what you're going to get.
You said it better than I did. I agree. You said it better than I did. That's just what it's that's just what it's going to be.
You don't find too many, like, and I love my wife. And my wife does make money. My wife never talks down to me because she makes more. She lets me stay in the position of masculinity and leading the house. She follows and she does what she needs to do to help keep it afloat with us. And I break my back and go broke to make sure that I take care of what I need to take care of.
Yeah.
But that's just how it is. And we have no sort of, and that's why it's always so weird to me to hear certain women say, well, I'm single and I'm career driven and I have this money and guys are intimidated by me. And I look at them every time. I tell one of them, I'm like, I don't think they're intimidated by you, but
they don't want to deal with you.
They don't want to deal with you.
Here's the thing. You know what I just thought of?
It's like a dude would to try and get you because they know you really want the money. But instead of you just admitting, I want a guy with money, and he leads off with it, like, I got this, you should come with me. You get offended that he's going ahead and telling you everything that you know you really want, but you want him to disguise it as in he really likes you. That's happening.
Right. You know what I just thought of? Like, here's why that guys are just intimidated by me and my money is bullshit. Guys are the most simplest creatures on this earth, right? So it's kind of like, if I got the money to do what I want to do and I'm simple, what makes you think the more money I have is going to, like, it's not going to exponentially, my want is not going to exponentially grow. I might want a different type of car. That is about it.
If I came into somebody, like, the first thing I'm going to do is, I'm going to just buy these bottles of liquor and then pay off your bills.
You shouldn't, but I see what you're saying.
I'm not going to do any, unless I really just like, I fell into this money. Now I want to live this lavish lifestyle. That's one thing. But if I get all this money, generally the guy's not going to be the one to be like looking at the money like, we got the money, we can do this, we're going to do it. We're going to be looking like, all right, so how do we make this shit last? Because
I'm simple. I go like, I don't want this headache.
As soon as the woman sees it, it's like, can we get this? And we should get this. We should do this. We should do this. It's like, so now you see this money. Now you want to burn it? Like, come on.
The most, like, I look at that. We got one of them lottery billboards near my job and shit. So every time I see that shit, it just make me, you daydream and shit like that. And all my shit is always the same. House out the way. Pay mom shit off, retire her early because she only got maybe like 10 more years. I could retire her early. That ain't shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Get her a little house or whatever have you. Buy the things that I would need, like as a adult to be functional and shit like that. Mm-hmm. And then the rest, I could, like, if everything is paid for, why you should be able to live off of $50K a year?
Yeah.
You literally should be able to live over $50K a year. Anything outside of that, well, I don't know children yet. That children's a different story. Yeah, but like right now, me and my wife should be able to live off of that. If everything's paid for, we don't need anything. We got everything that we need. And now I'm not a rapper, so I'm not buying chains every week.
Right.
I'm not buying Lambos. I'm not maintaining them.
If I do anything out of the ordinary, but let's say I hit this big thing. Besides paying off bills, that's and I might even pay on the student loans. Now that when Biden was in office, I was like, I ain't paying that off. I'll let him. Trump's in office.
I might have to do
that. I might have to pay that off. But once all that's done, it now becomes okay. Now, what do we need? Okay, well, how about we get a house car? Okay, well, let's get a four-wheel drive, all-wheel drive house car that can fit all of us, our luggage, so that we can drive wherever we need to go.
Yeah.
Cool. Then there is and these are just out of ordinary, I'm going somewhere by myself car, and we keep our regular cars that we already have, and those will be our everyday cars. So you got all right, well, I ain't got to go to work, so I'm going to take this car to go to this Zeta event or to my aunt's house versus putting the miles on your everyday car. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so we might have 5 cars out there.
It sounds like I said, we're simple, and the only thing that might change are the cars.
Are the cars, right?
Yeah, and just a big enough space for like whatever. It ain't for stunting purposes. More or less like, okay, I want a theater room.
Yeah,
and then we now have a house with a theater room. Like it's gonna be stuff to upgrade the quality of living, not necessarily like, all right, I need to go buy a bunch of Versace because I ain't going nowhere. I need it. Where am I going?
I don't even think my wife would be too. I think for my wife,
your wife is gonna want a couple of Chanel. So is mine. I already know that.
Well, she will.
I didn't say I said a couple. I didn't say a bunch. Like where she's going to go continuously. You know what I mean? These the Chanel she break out when y'all go see whoever and this and that. She got her Chanel on.
I think she would just be more or less want to remodel stuff in the house, like the kid. Like if we stayed here,
y'all not staying there. Y'all win $100 million. Y'all ain't staying there.
I'm just saying in general. Like why would she do it? Let's redo the rest of the carpet. Let's do
that goes back what I was saying. Enhancing your quality of living. Like that's all I want because I only got one life to live. I want to enhance the quality of living. All that other shit is just like sprinkles and cherry on top of the sundae. Like
I mean, and I guess we would be doing, and just like the water, not a water heater, but some of the other things, just to make the house higher value, so we could just sell it. Take that money.
Do you really care about making a house higher value when you got the money? Sell it as is.
Yeah.
Why?
Because
you're getting it back, but you could also just keep it.
I put it this way. So hear me out.
All right, I'm listening.
So I already got the $100 million or whatever they're going to give me, right?
Yeah.
I do all the stuff I'm gonna need to do, pay off whatever, remodel the house. We get the new house, we're Gucci, right? We get this house fixed up and we sell it because now, let's say this happens sometime down the road. Why would I not want to take another $400,000 and be like, hey babe, here's $200,000. It's not coming out of my pocket no more with the millions. Hey, here's $200,000 right here. Do whatever you want to do with this. So if you want to blow it on another car bag, hey, do that, and I'll take my $200. I'll invest it how I want to invest it. So it's just more or less just bringing in more money to do something else with that money.
But you said sell the house. If you want to do that, why not rent?
We thought about it. Because even like our plan right now of staying here 16 years, refinancing, paying a house off. Even she kind of was like, I don't know, we could do that, but I don't want nobody messing the house up. And if we get tired, because, if someone's not living here, we got to pay the tax. We're going to pay tax on it anyway. But I get what you're saying. And I'm just like, I don't know if I want to be responsible for maintaining something that got broken here or paying a management company to do that. So I'm just like, selling it.
I feel you on that too.
Selling it, in my opinion, unless we were going to give it to our son. Like, let's say.
So why couldn't you? Have you ever thought about this? Rent it out for however long it takes for you to pay the house off again, and then sell it. So let's just say hypothetically, $250. I know it's worth more than that, but $250K. Right. You rent until you get to $250K, and then you like, time to sell it. You done made $250K off of rentals.
Right.
Now I'm going to sell it for another $250K.
Mm-hmm.
You made some money. At least make some money. I ain't saying like sell it right away.
We definitely wouldn't sell it right away. But let's say we did that, right? Let's say we did that. So 11 years from now, I'll be 50. To get another 250,000, I would have to live to 60.
You will live to 60.
70. I'm sorry.
You will live to 70.
Because it would, if we were to, let's say the market went up and people were making money, we were renting this house out for $2,500 a month. Okay, mm-hmm. Got a deck, all brand new shit, whatever. Mm-hmm. It works. And we would have to do that for 20 years. That's 70 years old, and then we want to sell. It's like, in my head, I'm just like,
you've been missed out on the good spending time.
Yeah. Now, let's say me and my wife got together early in life in our 20s, and we bought our first house. And at this age, we just did the whole thing of refinancing and then paying it all. In 20 years, I'll be 59. I can sell the house then, because now we can just take that money after we already saved it to 250,000, sell the house. We're already living in another house. Now we, let's say the house at that point now is worth 400, 500,000. That's 700, that's about 650, 700,000. We could just be like, hey, you want to just go ahead and move to a beach?
Yeah.
You want to just, you just want to move somewhere overseas. You got all this money, like what you want to do. But to hold out until 70, I'm just like, yeah.
We would have had to have done that in our 20s, basically.
Yeah, like at 50,
I understand that.
And we can go ahead and get, because right now I think the house is worth $300.
Because not only that, during that time, you might have to go down in rent. So that is, I didn't even think of it that way. You are absolutely right. So
sometimes sometimes you just gotta cut and run when you can. You pay it off, you get your new house, and then let's say that new house is only. Let's say we start saving up money. We finally get enough that we got like 20,000 and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You pay, you move into your new house, and the house might be 450,000. Right, yeah. House split level. We sell this. This might sell at that time, as long as we keep it up and everything's fine. 450, 500,000. Take that, pay that house off. Well, we ain't got to worry about nothing. We still working. We ain't retired yet. We split that 50,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Both get 25,000 a piece to do whatever we want with, and now we Gucci. Like in my head, that's what makes most sense.
Yeah.
In my head, that's what makes most sense.
On that note, if either one of us win the lottery, there will be signs. Mm-hmm. There will be signs, and thank everybody for tuning in, and see you next time.